In this video, we're going to look at how to calculate quartiles and interquartile range from ungrouped data and understand their uses. If you're revising, you can have a go at question 1. Pause the video. So, what are these quartiles? The lower quartile determines the lowest quarter of the data. The upper quartile determines the highest quarter of the data. And the median, which we're probably familiar with now already, determines the lowest and the highest half of the data. So the median, if you can just jump down to this here, the median chops the data in half. So you've got a lower half and a higher half. And then what the lower quartile does is it splits the lower half into half again, so i.e. quarters. So you've got the lowest quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter overall. So quartiles divide data into 4 equal parts. And one way to divide by 4 is to half and half again, and that's how I explained it there. This is the easiest way to get quartiles from ungrouped data, and that's how you should do it from ungrouped data. There's other more complicated methods, but they're not to be used for ungrouped data. Keep it simple with ungrouped data. The median divides the data into 2 equal halves. Then the lower quartile divides the lower half of the data in half, and the upper quartile divides the upper half of the data in half, if that makes sense. We use LQ for lower quartile, UQ for upper quartile to keep it quick. And then once you have those values, you can work out the interquartile range by getting the upper quartile and subtracting the lower quartile from it. So from the diagram, you can see here is the lower quartile, sometimes called Q1, and the upper quartile Q3. And if you get those values and subtract it, that gives you how spread out they are between the quartiles, Q1 and Q3. Okay, the interquartile range then, as I just sort of said, measures the spread of the middle half, the middle 50% of the data from Q1 to Q3. That's a quarter and a quarter, so it is the middle half. This is a useful measure of spread as it is not affected by extreme values. The range is a measure of spread we've used before, but it goes from here to here, and if you've got extreme values, then the range will be affected. But if you're just staying in the middle half, the extreme values will not affect the spread. So we can use it. Right. We're going to try and find the median, lower quartile and upper quartile range from the following data. We can use the rule n plus 1 divided by 2 to find out where the middle is. I'm really just going to count it in here and it'd be obvious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6, so it's going to be in between. There's where the median is. In between 23 and 26. So add 23 and 26 to get 49. Half of 49 is 24.5. Now that's the middle, the median. To get the lower quartile, you look at this left-hand side, the lower half, and you split it in half. And halfway is right in the middle there. It's that second value. So the lower quartile is 22. Upper quartile is the same idea then. You've got 3 values here. So the middle of the 3 values will be here. Upper quartile, 27. Okay, the second one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So bang in the middle will be in between the 4th and the 5th. So in between 1, 5, 8. I'm not going to bother writing U, Q, L, Q. I'm just going to write the numbers. That's your median. And then the lower half, the middle of the lower half is in between 150 and 154, which would be 152. That's your lower quartile. And then the upper half, the middle of the upper half would be in here. Halfway between 162 and 164 is 163. Go again. How many values here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the 5th value would be the middle. So bang here. Median is 19. And when you go in the middle like that, you're left with 4 values on the left. So the middle of those 4 values would be here. Halfway between 12 and 13 is 12.5. On the right hand side, we've got 4 values, and the middle of them is here. Halfway between 24 and 26 is 25. Finally, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the 6th value will be the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that 9 is the median. To the left, we've got 5 values. The middle of the 5 values would be here, 5 itself. And to the right, we've got also 5 values. If it's different, then we haven't hit the middle. And the middle of the 5 values is 19. That is perfect method, that is full marks. Now if you are hitting A star sort of level, you might be looking at this. You can switch off now, turn it off if you're not thinking about A stars. If you're thinking about A stars, you might look at the quartiles and go, they are not even. Take, for example, B is nice. You've got 2 values, 2 values, 2 values, 2 values. That looks okay. Here, look at part C. We've got 2 values here. Then we've got 2, and sort of half of this value has been split in 2. And see, on this side we've sort of got 2 and a bit values, half of a value. And on the other side you've got 2. So is that really fair? Is that 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%? You're thinking too much into it at this level for this sort of procedure. You've got a point what you're saying, but it's just way too much depth as to what's necessary. And probably if you look at the purposes of doing this, it's probably very, very much only for a rough guide of answers. You wouldn't be doing anything like this here for anything really technical where the numbers really matter, where you have to be really precise.